I think I've been all. Yeah, I think I've. This has been muted for the whole time. Um, it is what it is. It happens, right? It's been muted, but that's all right. I think I'm good for one good muted show per. I want to. I was about to say 90 days, but quite frankly, it's not 90 days. It's uh, it's like every 40, quite frankly. So I think 2000 is going to be 2000 is going to be an interesting year. 2000, 2022 is going to be an interesting year. I can really not believe that this was off, but hey, it is what it is. All right, so it is Wednesday. It is it is 7:41, 20 minutes before 8 o'clock. When I was a kid, I took the conga. This is the other than the recorder, which I have a recorder over there. This is really the first instrument my family introduced me to. The djembe conga. This is a djembe conga drum. The, here's the thing. Sounds different up here by the rim, whereas there's a hard steel ball. This isn't even a good one. I bought this one in Brooklyn. I really like the weaving around the rim, though. This red, gold, and green sort of pattern. I should show it to you. Look at this pattern. All right. I love that pattern. I don't know what that pattern's name is. And that is how that works. All right. Uh, anyway, so take it away. Good job. It's not often that I drop an iPad. 20 minutes? Do we even wanna? Do we even wanna? Can't even see it. How about here? Ooh. Oh, no, I'm going in the wrong direction. How about over here? Why don't we move this? Put that there. And then drop this down so everybody can see what we just did. See? It's over there. All right. Well, okay, here. How about here? Better. So, yeah, apparently this show back, Weird Wednesday show, started out with an hour worth of quiet. Um, it was some of my best work too. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to find someone who can read lips. And then those lip reading read lippers will help me get to the next stage. We only got about I'm not a musician. I've got like 9 instruments in here. Like I do. Oh, wow, that was weird. Okay. Uh I lost some of the connection for a second. So I'm just trying to run a quick diagnostic because Sometimes it is what it is. All right. I've been having weird issues with some stuff lately. Um, all right. So what we want to do here is end it. Only thing I can tell you is that as we end this year, this new year, on this, the well, it ends with music, right? My my time on this restream went to Haps and YouTube, to Haps and YouTube, to Twitter, to Twitch, excuse me, to Twitch and YouTube via this restreamer, which is what you're watching me on. Um, I'm grateful for that. Uh, but we're gonna be doing a lot less of it here and more of it in other places. Uh, don't be disloyal. Never be disloyal. But don't be so loyal as that you're blind to the possibilities of new spaces and new terrains. Um, I don't have rhythm. I do have rhythm. I just like there's a musical rhythm to this whole thing. And as I learned all this stuff about music and the guitar back there, and trying to learn stuff about the piano, which is new, like only about 3 weeks or so. Uh, as I learn all that stuff, it's it's wonderful directedness without any direction, right? So I can learn music, I can learn what other people are playing, I can learn to read music, I can sort of catch my own rhythm. Uh, but some people want to be singers to be songwriters and musicians to be, you know what I'm saying? I guess I'm trying to say that there's a lot out there in the world that you could be interested in, that you would be super happy to just dive into to make yourself happy, which will eat away a lot of your stress in other areas. But only you know what that is. And I'm always like cook. I like cooking, so I always think it's cooking with me. I always want to be a musician, so maybe it's just fucking around with music with me. Um, I'm really family oriented, right? So now it's really about like talking with my family a lot more. So I mean, but mind you, I'm not 21 where you want to go out and conquer the world. Hey, William, good to see you in the chat. You're lucky you just showed up because the first hour of this thing was silent. Yeah, yeah. Um, so I don't know what it is that. Look, I think people are obsessed with bad shit for them, right? So some people are smokers, and everybody knows that smoker's gonna kill you, and they're like, ah, whatever. And then you flash forward like 15 years, and like, people send you sympathy cards because cancer and all that, right? When you could have stemmed it. I think politics is like this. Politics can be an addiction. It was an addiction for me for a long time. So, in order for me not to run amok and be crazy and be grounded in the reality in which I live with my fellow Americans, right? Um, some shit you have to take a step back from because it's bad for you. And for me, it was politics. Because I don't understand why anybody's doing anything and believing half of these fucking people. I did see her as in okay, so New York City has a new lady police commissioner. Um, Meh, I hate to say it, but I'm like, look, you need to clean out the police department. Are you going to do that, or are you just going to be the first black lady? Some of these cops have rap sheets, right? So you get rid of them, but that's the problem. You're never able to get rid of them. So you take on the people who defend bad cops, the PBA. This administration of the PBA, who's been there for about 25 years now, right? I mean, the days of this cowboy bullshit should have been over a long time ago. So is she going to change that, or is she just going to be girl power in it? Look, ladies, I support you, but at this point, equality means doing the work. Help me lift this fucking couch up this staircase. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even that crazy about it. I'm like, oh, you don't mean the guy to do that, but like you can help, like to take the lamps up. So you're still like engaged in the project that we're all working on. But this idea of you know I'm just going to be a political appointee and I'm not actually going to tackle the problem becomes the problem. Um, I was just talking earlier in silence about how nobody has any faith in any of this stuff anymore. And you have to reinstill faith in it, right? And I said, even as I was muted, I said, this is why cops don't want to wear cameras and judges don't want cameras in the courtroom because they want to be able to, throw the book at you if you did it. And, you should get 5 years or 2 years or something. They want to be able to give you 15 to life or some bullshit, right? You can get a year to life. I was like, what kind of fucking range is that? Right? You're never all. I mean, this is what evil is. Comes to you in the guise of authority, but you're busy watching MMA and who's dating who in Hollywood and why their marriage broke up and I mean, some of these what's the word I'm looking for? Some of these news outlets aren't news outlets. And they say wild shit. And I hate to say it, but the population is the population. Not everybody's a good thinker, and there are followers in the community, just like there are leaders. But the leaders are always dealt with. You always have far more followers than you have leaders. Otherwise, everybody would be like a Dr. King or a Malcolm X or who do I got or Patton, right? George S. Patton or Jack Pershing, right? These great men taught to lead and became great leaders, kind of thing. Uh, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, if you're going to want to get into it. Um, who do I know internationally who's a good leader? Uh, Lech Walesa, right? From Poland, Polish shipyards. Uh, yeah. So, but I've always said this. I'm not a good leader. I'm a good follower, right? And that sounds to the untrained ear like I'll follow anybody, but I'm a good follower. I'm not following anybody. But if you want to help feed the kids and disaster relief, I'm all for that. But once I find out that you're like playing games with the money, then I leave because I mean, you destroyed my trust in you. Are we going to change some shit, right? Because I think that there's a lot of people who will honestly help you change stuff because there are believers. But then people use that to get elected or get you to vote for them in elections and do nothing, right? So then you kill people's faith in the system, and before you know it, more and more people are melancholy on the idea of anybody being sincere in any way. You know what I mean? You make people, you sour people on people, because nobody likes to be fooled, but not everybody's gonna fucking do anything to you, right? This is why con men are so lucrative. Imagine if everybody who conned everybody got their ass beat. There'd be far less congressmen, con men, right? Congressman. That was a Freudian slip, right? And that's what you get. No, no, she can't ask for a PBA change. Uh, the PBA is through membership votes alone, and you have to be a member to vote for the membership. The post said Carmen Best wanted a guarantee. Is that her name, Carmen Best? Well, she should be a fucking police person. She should know the structure. The police commissioner is the highest civilian police officer, and she answers to the mayor. That's 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 who she answers to. She can tell the city council to go kick rocks, but other like here in Virginia, the police commission, the mayor can be fired by the city council. That doesn't happen in New York. So they have the mayor really doesn't have any power. It's a committee of 5 people. Yeah, there should be an American standard, and there isn't. Like I tell you, everybody's protecting a fiefdom, and that's the problem. What police department is she from? New York City will get the first female police commissioner in the new year after Mayor-elect Eric then picked Nassau County Chief of Detectives. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, the highest ranking uniform member is the chief of department, which is just, in my mind, is just the job to have. But he can be fired by the police commissioner, and he can be fired by the mayor. But the way that works generally is the mayor doesn't stick his nose in the business of the police commissioner running the police department. Uh, just like he doesn't stick his nose in the fire commissioner running the fire department until something comes up and becomes a problem. And he goes, "Hey, you, sanitation commissioner, why we got this trash over here and you ain't picking it up?" "Oh, I will handle that immediately, sir." And then he calls sanitation. Sanitation commissioner calls the sanitation. Mayor calls the sanitation commissioner. Sanitation commissioner will call the chief of sanitation, right, which would be like the chief of department in the police department, highest ranking member, and then he will go down there and call one of his captains in that district, just like the New York City Police or the fire department, and then they would have to go to this is your area, lieutenant. Explain yourself, and then he'd go, "Oh well, I we had a guy who was sick and another guy who dealt with an accident, and then we had 6 trucks broke down, and I wrote you." And they go, "Oh well, okay. At least it got lost in the chain of command, and we fix it, right?" That doesn't happen in agencies like the New York City Police Department, right? So getting down to that level of where the fuckery is, everybody knows each other, have been grooming each other, and it just sort of gets not solved in political kind of acrimony starts to show up if people don't get their way. Yeah, you just need to get rid of the bad cops. No one should be protecting bad policemen. Best was from Seattle. She did not get. Oh, she didn't get the job. I don't know who Carmen Best is, but she wanted to guarantee that there wouldn't be anybody above her. See, here's the thing about that. Um, there, uh, there's no. I was about to say there's no standard, but you can't really say that, right? What you want is best practices in the country. But there's a lot of ways to police your deal. Just like there's more than one way to govern your city, county, or state. So the New York City Police Department has a very different system than, like I say, the Atlanta Police Department, who fired her. I think the city council fired her. The South has a very boys' club sort of we run the city kind of thing versus New York, which has a I am the mayor and I run the city, which makes sense, right? And I'm overseeing sort of um, everything is sort of like a mini version of the federal government, right? So the New York City mayor is like the president, and the city council um, uh, and ombudsman and all that is sort of like your senate. And then in all these places, chief of police, police commissioner will be like your uh, secretary of defense, right? It's all very based on like but in the South, it's not. It's not. It's very. It's how do I even explain it? Because like I said, that woman police tried to clean the police, and the city council fired her. And when the mayor protested, they fired him. And I was like, what the fuck is that? So yeah, what are you gonna do? What was the difficulty starting the show? Um, well, I was saying today actually is my 6 month anniversary on this Restreamer Haps. Um, and I learned a lot about myself and and the world. um, but I got to restream every day for like 4 months, and then well, every day for like 5 months. When was November? In somewhere around November. And now we've been intermittent. And the first few days after that whole thing crashed out, where I was here intermittently and angry, and I did know that was time. That was time take. That was time taken off well. That was time well taken off. One of those is right. They both might be right. Um, so what I want to do is that about to go buzz? That is about to go buzz. 40 seconds. We can stop that. We'll put this here. Do do. Back to where it was. All right. What I um am going to do so I'm not a stress case in this weird environment where nothing gets done and people who do nothing stay in Congress, right? In this environment when people are in between jobs and there's a pandemic, but you still have to pay off your student loans, right? So before I just kind of go, I'm not I'm not going to be guilted into voting for any more of these bad people. I'm just going to do something else with my time, which is what I'm encouraging people to do as I leave. All right. So, all right. So I lost. That's the second time that's happened this show. Um, yeah. So sometimes, man, I don't even know what to tell you. Sometimes it's my carrier. If I'm going for 2 minutes, the show will end. But we hung in and fixed it. I think I was going for about a minute. Yeah. Wait, what was the continuation of what were they talking about? And what would the continuation be? Oh boy. Ooh, what were they talking about? Tony D. Shannon and Edward. I think that there should be a classic version of this app where you could go back to it like this. Um, and I don't know. I think they ruined this app. I'm just saying. So yeah, so the first hour of this stream is Oh well, that's isn't well. Wow, they were talking about blacks in America and racism. Yeah, I think I've covered that ground thoroughly. I wonder what they were saying. I would have loved to have taken part in it because I have been discussing race and racism with anybody who want to hear me in all facets, in bars, drunk off my tree, as well as stone cold sober in the broad light of day. And I've managed to talk to 10,000 people if I talk to one on the topic, and I've heard every avenue and argument. Um, oh, that sounds good. I might have to actually. I want. Oh, I'm gonna have to crash that. Haps after the update. Oh, Tony D just went live, as a matter of fact. All right. It was a weird Wednesday. Uh, a lot of apps went out earlier today. Yeah, I won't. I won't crash. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sort of prep myself for the move. I feel like I'm moving. Um, you are drunken. So there's somebody named Drunken Monk. That what kind of fucking name is that? How come I picked a lame ass name like Drunken Monk? Drunken Monk. That. How did I not get a name like that? All right, Drunken Monk. You or Drunken Monk going to get on? Wow, Drunken Monk. I was talking yesterday that I'm gonna have to change my name because there are too many true armors, right? Um, I mean my someone even has my gamer tag, which is Karma Armor. I'm like Karma Armor number 17 or something like that. In no, but that name is fucking baller. And I was thinking about renaming myself, so maybe it's I can be an homage to like those movies of the 70s. Yeah, there's a lot of us on hats from New York squawking it out. Yeah, wow. Huh. All right, man. I guess this is where we end the show. Remember, if you're stressed out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're stressed out, pick up a hobby. Um, you're never gonna not like the thing you want to do. You feel what I'm saying? Uh, it's not like it's work if you pick it up. Uh, this will allow you to step away from all the drama and the stress of like the world. Look, if you follow it and it doesn't stress you out, that's fine. But if you begin to get angry and behind, a lot of that can be done away with without the pills they're gonna sell you in about, fucking 6 months or whatever. Um, yeah, you got to sometimes clear your head and step away from the thing. Clear your palate, as they say, right? Every now and then, it's good to stop drinking for like 2, 3 months before you go and have a beer, just to kind of like cleanse your system. Every now and then, it's good to eat a whole bunch of fucking salads over meat, just to clear your system. Every now and then, it's good to read a book, just to make sure you can still read. Uh, but it is what it is, man. I think a lot of cats. Yeah, absolutely, man. We'll see you later, man. I think a lot of people, especially since my internet was being weird, I think a lot of people get caught up in the fight, and I don't think that's the point. We want solutions, and if you get too stressed about getting caught up in the fight, just take a step back, have a beer, go shoot a game of pool if you really like pool. Step away from all the things that make you crazy, which is the news, right? I will see you in the next one. The next one is likely tomorrow. It has been a weird Wednesday, but that's all right. I think we're good. I'll see you guys in the next one. Next one's tomorrow. Take care of yourself, Emmanuel. Take care of yourself, William. Uh, oh, where is it? Please follow me. Oh, here it is. Da, 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 da. Classy. Follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. Uh, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. And Merry Christmas. I'm going to start saying that a lot more until when is Christmas? Christmas is in 10 days, which is next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday. All right. Merry Christmas. And I will see you tomorrow. Maybe we will stream every day till Christmas Eve. That sounds like a thing we're going to do. Get with you tomorrow. Take care. Merry Christmas. Peace.